First Alert meteorologist Greg Paget is tracking the storms that could have gusty winds, downpours, and lightning. Greg.
Yes, Dennis, we're going to be watching it very closely as we head into this afternoon for those strong storms that will be coming through the area. Now, the good news is it's going to break this heat wave for us. Finally, this will be the last day, but we could have some record heat around some areas. Late day strong storms will be developing, and then a cool and wet weekend for the holiday weekend. We need the rainfall, so we'll take what we can get. Outside for today with those strong scattered storms developing, we think anywhere from about 3 until 9 p.m. this evening. We are level 2 out of 5 for the possibility of severe weather. Greatest risk going to be downpours out there and some strong winds, especially in our communities that are north and west of I-95. Now here's those regions now. This is the level 2 out of 3 here in the yellow. The green is a level 1 out of 5 risk area. And so they've upgraded this for 2 out of 5. So we'll watch that. A few more stronger storms than we probably anticipated yesterday, but we'll see that most of those will stay north of Annapolis or right around Annapolis and northward. So keep that in mind for today. Again, that greatest risk, hail, gusty winds are going to be the main threat. Some lightning as these storms push through the area. And I've kind of indicated those right here for you. Very low risk for tornadoes and a low risk for hail as well with some of these storms. So watch out for those risks as these storms come through. This is what it looks like at 5 o'clock this afternoon, beginning to move into the metro area, already in parts of the Panhandle, areas west of Maryland here and in northern parts of D.C. And as we continue in 7 o'clock this evening, still a strong line of storms around the region. We'll continue to track these storms for you and show you the timing of all this weather coming up in just a few minutes with the complete forecast. Dennis?
Greg, thanks so much. Now to stay up to date. Yeah, Greg, I have to say it's hard to believe it's just so beautiful outside. It's crazy to think about what's coming.
Yes, and it's going to be a rocky afternoon for us, and then it's going to be a big surprise with those temperatures, Dennis. Let's take a look at the outback outside right now. Not so bad except for that heat that we've been enduring for the last couple of days with this little mini heat wave. Well, that heat's about to push out of here. It's actually because of the heat and a front coming through. We're going to get the atmosphere to be a little bit juicy this afternoon and kick in some thunderstorms for us as we head into the next few days. So we'll watch that in the next few hours. I should say, watch that as we head late afternoon through the evening, and then a big change for us as we head into the holiday weekend. Here's what we're going to look at as we take a look at there a little bit closer to home here out there for today. And of course, we're watching some strong storms headed our way. Right now, it's still quite steamy outside. It's 92 degrees downtown. We have the winds west at 9 miles an hour. We still make it up into the mid-90s this afternoon before the storms arrive. Already, they're over parts of the western part of the state. 83 right now over Rock Hall. It is 79 at Annapolis, feeling that nice breeze coming off the cooler waters, but we are seeing this front out to the west producing those strong thunderstorms headed into our direction. Right now, hardly a cloud in the sky across the region. Maybe hard to imagine that in just a few hours we're going to see some storms moving in, but here you can see them further off to the west here over Allegheny, Garrett counties now moving towards parts of the Maryland Panhandle along and ahead of that front that will be pushing this way. So we do have, of course, a first alert weather day for today with those scattered strong thunderstorms. Some will be severe, most likely timing from 3 until 9 o'clock. Not all the storms will be severe as they push through, but we'll watch for those that will kind of gear up a little bit more stronger as they push through. Downpours and strong winds are going to be the greatest risk, and of course it's also coming through the commute this afternoon, so that's another reason why we made it a first alert weather day. And the greatest risks will look like the strongest storms are going to be west and north of I-95, and those again risks are going to be wind gust and the heavy rain. A lighter risk for hail and a lighter risk for a spin-up tornado. Don't think that's going to be our main concern out there with these storms that will be pushing through. Here's timing for the storms. 4 o'clock this afternoon. Again, they're just beginning to move over parts of Frederick County west of Baltimore, and then at 8 o'clock you'll see that line, and it's extending at an angle back to the back. So that's why some areas in southern Maryland aren't at a higher risk. We're in a level 2 out of 5 here across Baltimore and points to the westward. This is 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, so the storms have moved out, but there's still a lot of rain that's going to be moving in and heavy at times for us. These are not strong storms that will be coming through for tomorrow. The atmosphere will not support it, just much lighter storms that will be pushing through. So that's the promising news as we head into the next several days. Unfortunately, all the way through the weekend and into the holiday weekend, a lot of rain chances are coming in. We'll take a look at what does that mean for your holiday weekend, including Memorial Day, as we take a look at that exclusive 7-day forecast coming up at the end of the show.
I know storms are the big thing today, but this week we're going to be getting a cool down.
We are. We much needed rainfall is headed our way, Dennis. That's the promising news. Unfortunately, it comes over a holiday weekend, also a homestand for the Orioles, but we take what we can get when we're in a drought. We do have those big storms coming through this afternoon, so we have a first alert weather day. So those storms can be strong to severe in some locations. We top out in the mid-90s before the rain. Look how much difference it's going to be for tomorrow. 30 degrees cooler. Can you believe that? And then the rain will stay around all the way through the weekend. A few days, not a total washout, but it's still going to be much wetter for us for the next several days. Back up to 74 on the holiday for Memorial Day. And then we see the 80s return by the time it's for us to all go back to work next week.
Of course. That's how Mother Nature works.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Finally, this noon, the Smithsonian